Dallas Cowboys are in trouble. And, we have Mike Fisher of Athlon Sports on CowboysCountry.com has mentioned 3 factors that work here that we're going to explore. The theories are lame duck, blow it up, and then the hashtag 53 brands. So lame duck means that Jerry Jones is hoping and almost betting that this is going to be the last season for his coaching staff. And nobody's extended through the next year, and it's going to be hard for them to turn the season around at this point.
Right.
Who do you blame for the lack of success for the Dallas Cowboys?
Man, I would say Jones. Definitely Jones himself. As far as Dak, I thought he's doing better with the interceptions, but yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's still. It was that game against him and what was it? What game was that? I covered it. The Cowboys and.
I know there's Cowboys and Saints, and they played the Ravens this year too.
The Ravens and who was after that? It was somebody they just played recently. The Steelers.
Yeah,
the Steelers. That game, I was watching Dak the whole time and everything he was doing. A lot of what these quarterbacks do, they panic in situations and throw the ball, just throw it up. And, that's never, you should never do that. And that's just something he do. But if he just, like I said, when he's playing smart, he is a top 5-10 quarterback for sure. But it's just the mistakes. But I wouldn't put that on him. Like I said, definitely it's him. Jones got to go, man, for sure.
So if they're actually kind of betting on their coach to be a lame duck, McCarthy, would you consider him to be one of those, I guess, from their progress so far this season?
Yeah, I consider that.
I'm almost wondering if, because last year Dak was, MVP runner-up
in
the league with 36 touchdowns, if maybe McCarthy got a little too complacent with his offense and thought that because he had somebody like Dak, then they didn't maybe necessarily have to add more. I mean, the offensive line is not the same as it was.
Yeah.
He's getting sacked over and
over.
Oh,
yeah, and they just running through that offensive. They're running through it right now. So it's, like I said, that's why I said I wouldn't just blame him. The offensive line, they need some more add-ons. Now, the defense is good. Because, like I said, they were giving Steelers a hard time. You know what I mean? It wasn't a walk in the park. But it definitely took them long enough to... But like I said, the Steelers' defense that was an immaculate team. You know what I mean? So, and that's a pro for the Cowboys for actually winning that game. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, and then the blow-it-up concept. So this is pretty much a concept that means the Cowboys are in rebuilding mode.
Gotcha.
Letting Dan Quinn leave. They kept riding with Mike McCarthy. Allowing other coaches and players to depart. Yeah. We said that he is the lame duck. Do you think that this is McCarthy's last season in Dallas?
If they don't get far, it might be. How do you feel about Dan Quinn leaving?
After the playoffs, I thought it was the defense's fault, especially because they couldn't stop the run, they couldn't rush the passer. There was a lot of stuff in play with that. Although to see Dan Quinn have the success he's had with the Commanders definitely stings.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it's time for a complete overhaul of the coaches.
A lot of change. Yeah.
You had mentioned Belichick earlier, and that would be
insane. And I feel like if he comes in, he's gonna change a lot of runs. Like a lot of the staff, a lot of that stuff is gonna get changed around.
It would be interesting to see how he would change the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And see if they would have success.
Oh yeah, but it'll be for the good for sure. Yeah.
And then taking a look at defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer. Is this his last season with Dallas?
Mike Zimmer. I say one more year with him. One more year and then we'll see. You know what I mean? Like I said, it all depends on how are they running these? Because I noticed, James, on a lot of the red zone plays, like right there by the touchdown, they were throwing the ball. And it's like, I get it, you still working on your running backs right now, but run that ball. Get it in there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just those, whatever the play calling that McCarthy's calling, it's not, yeah.
Yeah, and they have Dalvin Cook on their practice squad, but they still have not activated him as a player.
Right.
So, that to me is, why even bring the guy
around? Exactly. And not use him. Right. They need him now. Put everything in.
And then, the two offensive linemen we spoke about, Tyron Smith is having a hard time with the Jets. So it's not that hard to see him leave.
Yeah.
But then you have Tyler Biotis. He was a clear winner over the current center, Cooper Beebe.
Yeah.
So do you think the Cowboys decided to go cheaper on the line, and is this the reason for all the Dak sacks?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the offensive line and the defensive backs, you got to spend the most money on. Like, that's key. Because when Dak has time, he has time to maneuver. If he doesn't have time, that's when he makes those mistakes. You know what I mean?
Takes the sacks, throws an interception.
Exactly. Yep.
And, kind of looking at the receivers that they had, Michael Gallup, he was let go, signed by the Raiders, and then he decided to retire from football.
Wow.
And he used to be our second and third receiver and was a major Dak target. And he's also missing Brandon Cooks at the moment, who he contributed greatly, but he got a knee infection from routine surgery, and he's on injured reserve at the moment.
Man.
Should the Cowboys trade for receiver help?
They need receiver help, for sure. Either trade or get some add-ons, get some fresh talent, for sure. Even, like, if this season doesn't go the way they want, they can definitely kind of look into that. You know what I mean? So.
Well, yeah, you see Cooper going to the Bills, and I'm curious to see how Amari Cooper's going to perform there in Buffalo.
Yeah.
But then also, we had talked about it earlier, Devontae Adams is back with his old quarterback.
With the Jets, exactly. So we're going to see how that ends up. I think they play, tomorrow? Yeah, so we're going to see how they play in this game. I want to give a shout out. I know this is on topic, but shout out to Joe Burrow and the Bengals, man. Look like their win kind of is going to boost them up for sure.
Oh yeah, they needed that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then so the #53brand, and this is the theory that it's every player wants to establish their own brand. So be it through podcasts, merchandise, endorsements, and in this way, it's almost like everyone's kind of playing for themselves.
Right.
So do you think that players can sometimes get lost in the branding, wishing to self-brand and try and stand out?
Yeah, I feel like they should start doing that when their team is like it's success right now in the season, right, for them. That's what we've seen, like even with NBA, like Draymond Green. The Warriors could be playing trash right now, but he's still gonna be on that podcast, Brandon doing all that. When your whole mind should be focused on getting your team where it needs to be at. So I think that's something that can wait, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, even former quarterback Troy Aikman has lost faith in the team, speaking out against the team, calling them terrible.
Oh man, nah.
Do you think that helps or hurts the team? Overall?
That definitely hurts them. I mean, you shouldn't. If you're a part of the team, you shouldn't be talking about your team. If you know what I'm saying, you call them terrible. You basically calling yourself terrible because you're a part of the team. You know what I'm saying, James? So that's the thing I don't like about certain players. Man, just keep your mouth shut. Lock in. Get your team there so it could be positive things. Okay, we were here, but now we're here now. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, and my opinion of the season, the Cowboys are 3-3 now, so it's like they're winning a game, they're losing a game. They win a game, they lose. It's this strange pattern that we're taking a look at, and I'm not sure if they're going to even make the playoffs this year. So, kind of my own opinion about the season is it's the Wild West, and I hope that they at least make a run for the playoffs, and that'll make it more exciting towards the end.
I mean, yeah, like I said, they still have a chance. I'm not just going to you know what I'm saying? They still have a chance, but a lot has to be changed. Their offensive line has to be changed. Dak just has to, he can run outside the pocket. He can run down. Just the interceptions, man. I feel like if they're coming right at you, like Derek Carr, just throw the ball out. That's one thing I respect about our backup quarterback for the Saints. They're coming at you, just throw it down. I'd rather do that than risk an interception because you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember an intentional grounding in the last game that was quite frustrating.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm hoping that they make the playoffs, and it'll make it watching the other games and paying attention to the other games more fun. There's that playoff race, because it's like, oh, well, the Bears are going to have to beat the Eagles this week.
Right. Like I think those are the toughest teams right now, Eagles, Bears, and the Lions, man. I knew they were going to have one of those seasons. How you feel about them?
I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not at the Cowboys' expense, but I mean, obviously the Cowboys aren't even any kind of a threat to many of the teams in the NFL.
So we'll just have to see, you guys, for sure.
Yeah, y'all let us know. Are the Cowboys going to be able to turn it around, and will they miss the playoffs?
Yes.
And then
J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.